Namaste Divine Tribe. Thank you so much for joining me today for week 4. That's right, week 4 of the My Soul Challenge. That's right. For those of you who have seen my videos before, I am on a My Soul Challenge, which is a card deck that has different personal tasks for self-improvement and uplifting our inner being, right? So I'm on week 4 of the Dr. Renee Purdy's My Soul Challenge. And for those of you who are joining me for the first time, this is what it looks like. And there's an app that you can download either via the Google Store or the Apple App Store, and you can put it on your phone. And what happens is you I randomly draw a card, and I'm going to just go ahead and do it right now. And I kind of like to let the universe decide what's going on. Whoa, look at that. A whole bunch flew out. But I'm going to just take the top one that is flipped up, and I'll put that away. Oh, okay. And then it has these really beautiful mandalas. And then it has an amazing quote that is uplifting, and I'll read that to you. It looks like this week it's from Socrates. And as you can see down at the bottom here, let's see if there it is. There's a little like barcode, and you scan that barcode into the app. And let me show you what that looks like. So look at that. It says, congratulations, you did a great job completing your challenge. You completed 7 out of 7 tasks. That means every day I go in and I go over my task for the week that gets uploaded here once you scan it. And it says, you're ready for a new challenge. So that's what it looks like on the app right there, if you can see that. And it has these cute little hearts with check marks. And look, it has like level 1, which is like the first 7 challenges. And so you're doing these challenges like 1 a week. So there's quite a bit. There's like 35 weeks of this, right? So, because let's be honest, we don't just morph like that, right? We take time to grow, just like everything on this earth. And that's the thing that's a challenge for human beings. We are instant gratification people, right? That's the downfall of our essence as creatures on this earth. We want it now. We want it instant. We want it fast food. We want to know why it isn't here yesterday. And we miss the boat. And I think that's why we tend to struggle and have problems as a species on this earth, because we're the only ones that rush time, right? We actually manipulate and morph our sense of time. So this whole process of anything, just like making a habit takes 28 days. Did you know that? I don't know if anyone knows that or not, but you can look it up. But it says that if you want to change a habit, any habit in your life, it takes 28 days to set a new habit. That's why people that are in like have addiction problems, it's a 28-day program. Think about that. Think about that. So anything in your life, if you want to make changes to it, no matter how small or how big, you've got to commit to it to a minimum of 28 days for it to solidify in your body, in your mind, in your process as a human being. And then it gets easier to build upon that, right? So anyway, this challenge is a 35 weeks, I think it says, because it's 7 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, yep, 35. So it's 5 cards, and then I move to the next level, right? So I wonder what those challenges are going to be like. Let's see. I have faith in myself. I can achieve it. So anyway, so I'm going to hit ready for a new challenge, and it says scan your card. So I'm going to go ahead and scan my card. And I'm going to turn on the light. Let's see here. Did you hear that? My little my 7 days challenge started. And then, okay, so it says get rid of at least one unnecessary item every day. Oh my gosh. I have been working on this, but this is even going to be more awesome because it's going to help me even more because I have been decluttering my life. So that's another thing we humans tend to do, right? We hoard. We feel like we need everything, like even around me, but these things are like my babies, my plants, and my rocks. I'd rather have them than some of the other things I have in my life. So I really like this, and I'm going to get rid of something unnecessary. So, what is the definition of unnecessary? So today's day one. Okay, and I'm going to read the challenge. So it says about the challenge. If we don't make an effort to declutter, it is easy to accumulate material possessions or stuff. Not the truth. And I actually follow Feng Shui as well. So, that is important in Feng Shui. When you have a cluttered home, you have a cluttered life. And when you hold on to things, you actually tend to physically hold on to things, mentally hold on to things, emotionally hold on to things. So, as part of letting go, it's super important to let go of the crap you don't use. And one of the rules I tended to use, and this is just somewhere I picked up, and I think that there's a lot of evidence to this perspective, that if you haven't used it in a year, you're probably not going to use it ever. So many of us store a lot of, for lack of a better word, shit in our closets. And we need to clean our closets out. Eminem was onto something right there. He's cleaning out his closet emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. It all is a cleanse, and it's so important. So it says, did you know that 1 in 10 North Americans rent a storage unit for their excess belongings? Now, I know this to be true because I was one of those. And let me tell you how much it cost me. A lot of money to store a lot of crap. Decluttering gets rid of one item at a time, is shown to decrease stress and increase happiness. Owning less is better for you, the environment, as well as your wallet. And that's true. Because if you think about it, depending on the size of the storage unit, say it's $100 a month. Okay. So if you're storing stuff in your closet for $100 a month, there's 12 months in a year, that's $1,200. Guess what? $1,200 can buy you an amazing airplane ticket to someplace fun that you can go visit. Think about that. Or it could buy you a plane ticket and accommodations to someplace fun that you wanted to go to. Think about that. Okay? So what would you rather have? Shit in a storage unit or a trip somewhere fun? That's an experience that you remember for a lifetime, because this is all we get to take with us is our memories and our experiences, right? So just a little perspective. Gosh, I really love this challenge. Okay, it says, owning less is better for the environment as well as your wallet. I read that already. Give it a try by yourself or with a family member or housemate. Get rid of at least one unnecessary item every day. Set the objects aside during the week and donate them all at the end to complete the challenge. I've already got like 4 bags sitting by my front door right now, and I can't wait to add more to this adventure. And I pick a place. I'm not trying to down Goodwill, but Goodwill is although they try to do good things, I am not a fan of Goodwill. And the reason I'm not a fan of Goodwill is because their CEO makes exorbitant amount of money and it's not equitable to the employees that work at the And most of us donate all this stuff to Goodwill. They get free money, right? Free goods to then turn around and sell. And if anyone's ever shopped at Goodwill, and I grew up shopping at Goodwill, my parents loved to recycle, free cycle, whatever, because we grew up poor. My parents came from India, and being from a third world country, you tend to appreciate things in a different manner than if you grew up having all the stuff or having tons of money, right? And so you tend to look for other ways to make your money go a lot further. So used stuff is a good way because, let's be honest, now we call it vintage, and it's a thing. So I was vintage before vintage was cool. I'm classic. I love being classic. So the reason I don't like Goodwill, and I'm not totally trying to discourage Goodwill, I love giving to like more smaller organizations. So in Portland, Oregon, there's a place called the Teen Challenge Store. And the reason I love Teen Challenge is because Teen Challenge is a lot smaller of an organization. What it does is it takes homeless teens and young adults in their teens and early 20s that don't have a home, that have been living out on the streets, men and women. So it helps both genders. And I really love that. And what it does is it gives them a place to work. So they have a place that they can work. So they work at Teen Challenge thrift store, and they sort stuff. They help manage the store. They help do the sales, and pretty much everything. They run the joint. And then the money that is made from the store goes to not only pay for them a wage, but it also helps with housing for them and food and other things and education and helping them get their life on track. Now, how awesome is that, right? That's a super pay it forward kind of way. And they're not just getting it for free. I know people have this mentality that homeless people are just asking for a handout. And that is so not true. It is a perspective that I wish that we as human beings would change. Does that mean that all people don't ask for a handout? No, that's true. People do need a handout, but they're actually truly asking for a hand up, right? And the reason I love Teen Challenge is because it teaches them how to fish. It doesn't just give them a fish, right? It's not just a loaf of bread. It's teaching them a way of life. And it may be just a stepping stone because, let's be honest, all of us needed to take that first step before we could walk and then jog and then run. So let's try not to be so judgmental of other people and their challenges, because we don't know what their challenges are. And I don't know if anyone remembers, I don't know the name of the movie. Maybe is it called Trading Places or something like that? Where I think it's Richard Pryor had a movie where he was a rich guy, and then I think he bumped his head or something like that. Anyway, he ended up switching places, or he maybe chose to switch places with somebody that was less fortunate than him, but looked like him, and he didn't like his life, right? And anyway, he trades places with this poor person, and they both get a perspective of each other's lives, and they find out, yeah, each other's lives is really cool in some ways, but each other's lives is also challenging in some ways. So let's try not to judge. Let's try to be more loving, compassionate, caring human beings. And I know I digressed a little bit, but that's really why I love more smaller thrift stores over Goodwill. Now, that doesn't mean that I haven't shopped at Goodwill or I haven't donated to Goodwill. It's just that I tend to choose to find smaller organizations. And you can still get the tax write-off if that's what you're looking for, because they do have tax write-off forms. So there's that. Anyway, so it says every day you put an item by the door that at the end of the week you take a load and you donate it. It's an awesome thing. It says go through your clothing, go through your books. What items no longer serve you? Donate, sell, or dispose of them. So it even says sell. So let's be honest, there's Facebook Marketplace, there is Craigslist, there is the penny ads, there is lots of online formats that you can go and sell items. If you don't want to donate it and you feel that it has value, that's a great way to do it too. I personally I'm not really a huge fan of selling stuff because I just am not. It doesn't mean that I don't buy stuff used. I do. I'm looking for an elliptical used, and oddly there are people that are selling them, so I have a budget, and you could do that. You could sell your stuff and then go get something that is a self-improvement, like maybe you're looking for a piece of equipment that you want to do or get, and instead of buying it new, you could recycle it because somebody is selling their used item, and that's one way you can help the earth, help somebody else, and help yourself. So I just love this challenge this week, I have to say. It says, so the suggested daily tasks are donate at least one item or piece of clothing that you do not wear. So again, I do the 1 year rule. If I have not used it, so it's summer, and say this was hanging in my closet. If I have not used this item in 1 year since last summer, and I have not used it last summer, then it needs to go bye-bye. Choose an object to donate or throw out today. Get rid of one thing you don't use anymore. Fix or dispose of something that is broken or you don't use. So the idea that something is broken, for example, I had a little tabletop grill and I didn't want to get rid of the grill. I liked my tabletop grill. Unfortunately, the ignition in the grill broke. And I tried to get a hold of the company, and I just could not get anybody. It seemed like the company got sold and one division got sold and went to somebody else, and they weren't answering. And it could be that the environment with coronavirus and stuff, that people are not able to get back to people soon enough. But either way, I could not get another ignition switch. Now, that doesn't mean that there's not an ignition switch out there, but I do not have the personal know-how, nor do I have the desire to try to fix the ignition switch and the ignition line. And it seems like that's what's gone out in my grill. And so I do not have the know-how or the understanding to switch that. So I gave away my grill for free with a note that said, this is an awesome new grill. However, this is what's broken on it. And if you can fix it, more power to you, because one man's garbage is another man's treasure. And somebody else might have the engineering know-how and the ability to fix that switch. And that is awesome. And that's how recycle works, right? And sure enough, I put this grill out. It's gone. Somebody came and picked it up and obviously saw the value in it. That's why I love recycle, free cycle, upcycle, downcycle, side cycle, you name it. Says, get rid of something you no longer need, select one item to donate, create your own task on the challenge. So I might have to create a task for this challenge. I love this challenge. I'm super excited about this one this week. And again, how does that relate to your soul? Well, when we clear out the clutter in our physical space, it actually clears out the clutter in our mental space. It makes more room for new ideas, new thoughts, new processes, new behaviors. And then we also, oddly enough, make room in our emotional space and our spiritual space. And it is a cascading kind of forward rolling motion, right? And I think that's awesome. So I love it. So I am actually also going to pull out an affirmation from the affirmation toolkit today. If you are first joining me, this is my affirmation bag, and there's a whole bunch of affirmations in here that I had written, and I pull out one every day and read it off. And you can affirm it, but I tend to affirm it all day long. Like literally at least 10 times a day, I affirm this affirmation that I read to you guys. Today, I follow my heart and discover my destiny. That's awesome. We should follow our hearts and we should follow our destinies because that's what we're here for. So, Divine Tribe, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you can get more notifications of my videos, my affirmations. You can check out my soul challenge. So let's read what the quote from Socrates says this week, and then we're just going to close out for today. So it says, the secret of happiness you see is found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less. That's right. Because more isn't and doesn't mean more. Sometimes more is less, right? I'm really trying to learn that. And that's from Socrates. And Socrates is known for his thinking. He sat a lot and he contemplated, and he was a Greek philosopher, for those of you who don't know. And he had the ability to sit around and think a lot. And we do too. We don't make time for it. We tend to get in the grind and live that rut, feeling like we have to live this grind out there, right? And the reality of it is we don't. We don't. Oftentimes when we eliminate and we live with less and we start to figure out that we can go without a lot of things, and that's what this current environment has taught us, we can go without a lot of things, we realize that we actually have a lot more. We just didn't realize it. And that's what I'm learning. And I guess I'm going to learn a lot more of that this week with eliminating stuff. So I'm super excited. I'll let you know at the end of the week when we come back on next Tuesday for the next soul challenge of my next week, right? Because I'm doing one every week. And so every day I check my challenge and I'm getting rid of at least one thing. I think I might have to get rid of a little bit more because I like space and I like feng shui. So again, I'm going to recap today. I follow my heart and I discover my destiny. That is the mantra for you today, your affirmation. And I want to say thank you so much. Please like and subscribe my videos, and you have a great day. Namaste.